Time's a charm.
We hope so. Good evening, everyone. This is our second time. That's why Lisa said that. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again, and hopefully this time everything goes well. Welcome to those that could be here tonight, and for those that watch it recorded, I hope you get something from it too. We're going to start with our little social time, and today I thought we would do a little memory lane stuff. The favorite memory I have of the home, or more than one, is in my case, it might be the same for you guys, that I grew up in. The favorite game you played as a child, the teacher I remember most, and the standard two, and do one or do all of them, whatever you choose to do. And I'll do my favorite game to play as a child was Duck on a Rock. Did anybody play Duck on a Rock? Nobody's heard that? So that's where you had a can, and everybody went and hid, and you had to protect the can on the rock, because if anybody came in and knocked the can off the rock, then everybody got to go hide again. So you had to protect the rock and go find the people and go back to the rock and count them out, and they'd have to stand there and hope somebody come and get them free again. But we played that a lot when I was a child. So that would be my favorite game as a child. The teacher I remember most is my first grade teacher, Mrs. Allshafer. And she let me do anything I wanted. When I got in second grade, I got paddled every day. Mrs. Allshafer had taught me bad things.
Oh.
Uh-huh. So let's see.
That's why you like Colleen.
It's true. She did. She taught me bad things. I had to be broken from that. I stood up on my desk one day to show my new panties because they had ruffles on them. Oh. Anyway, so who's next?
I'll go.
Go, Lisa.
So, mind you, I went to 21 different schools, so I lived in a lot of places, but the place that sticks out the most was in Junction City, Kansas. And we lived behind the Kentucky Fried Chicken, and the stack from the kitchen blew in my bedroom window. And I drove my mother insane, going, "Can we have chicken today?" She'd be like, "No." And my other favorite game to play was, I remember we got lucky and we got like a bunch of appliance boxes, like refrigerator boxes, wash machine boxes. And we had a carport, and we made a fort, and we had the best fun climbing through them cardboard boxes. And my favorite game to play was actually, I liked getting out and doing mud pies. I had a little desk, and I'd make mud pies on the front porch. The teacher I remember the most is Miss Carroll in the 6th grade, and of all my grades, even high school, that was just fabulous. She did in-depth studies, like the one I remember the most is on the Native Americans, and she was just a very creative teacher. And what I'm most grateful today is, right now I'm warm, and and that's it for me.
Who's next?
I'll do it.
Go, Tony.
My favorite memory I have of my home back in New York, I had a house in New York and one in Long Island. So I had two homes. But in New York, my favorite place was the basement. We had a huge basement. And me and my brothers, we could play there. We could shoot at each other with BB guns. And we did. It was big, but it was a fun place to go. We had all our toys down there, my bikes. So that was my favorite place to play. And my game that we played the most was something we called stickball. It's an outside game.
Yes.
And it's played in New York a lot. Stickball. You know that?
Yes.
Stickball.
Yeah. So that's my. Now I had a whole bunch of teachers, but the original school that I went to was a Catholic school, because then my dad didn't want me in a public school, and that was the only private school. The Jewish synagogue didn't have a school then, so I went to a Catholic school for the first 11 years of my schooling. So I had all kind of nuns, and I was a bad boy there. So.
Did they smack your hand with a ruler?
They kicked him out his senior year. They told his father he didn't have enough money to keep him there.
It was. I did. The kids weren't in line, and I had done. I saw them standing in line for they wanted to go to confession, and the priest wasn't there, so I went into the confession, and I started taking confession from the kids.
No.
Till about the 7th or 8th kid, all of a sudden somebody grabbed me and pulled me out of the. I was in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did little things like that.
You gave him penance, didn't you?
Oh yeah, well that's easy. You know, I could say 20 Hail Marys real quick.
Yeah.
So can John.
Did John make it in?
What I'm most grateful for today,
I bet.
what I am most grateful for today is my friend John. He just puts up with me.
Oh, yeah.
He's a special person in my life. He can help me just about everything that I need. Yep. I'm very grateful to have him as a friend. That's it.
That's cute.
Good. You want to go next?
Yeah, my favorite memory I have of the home I grew up in. We lived on a lot of acreage, and we had a small pond in our front yard. So every winter when it snowed, the front yard sloped down into the pond. So we sled ride
Oh,
down,
wow.
you know, and hoped that the pond had frozen enough for us to slide out onto the ice.
Did you ever fall through?
No.
Good.
Favorite game to play as a child was, well, we didn't have a lot of kids that came to our house because we were on all this acreage, but we had a tree fort, and we had ponies growing up. So we played cowboys and Indians with this fort and everything. It was great. We had a great day.
Sue has a twin sister.
Oh, gee.
Oh no, there's 2 of you?
Nothing like me. Take the exact opposite, and that's her.
That's why you like cowboys and Indians, right?
Yeah. Let's see. What I'm most grateful for today is just John and I spent some time together just sitting and catching up on some shows we had on our DVR. It was nice spending time with him.
Yep.
What I want to share most today is my grandson's coming Saturday.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited.
Oh, I am too.
Can't wait to meet him.
Yeah.
That's it? Who's next?
Okay.
Martha.
My favorite memory I have of the home I grew up in is, I think, being my aunt and I being the only girls, and my mom and my grandmother. All the rest of the 14 were boys, my uncles and brothers and things. And one year my brothers got these pop guns that did ping pong balls.
Oh,
And my
okay.
brothers and my uncles got them, and they started playing war. And my sister and I, we worked for the Red Cross, and you know you can't shoot a person with a Red Cross on them. Well, my brothers didn't know that. But they let us come back alive real fast because they wanted us to chase the ping pong balls and give them back to them.
Yeah.
You served a purpose.
As a child, I loved to play jacks. I just
Oh, me
loved to
too.
play it. And my mom had hers on special occasions. When it was raining outside, we could play jacks inside with her that she had as a child.
Yeah.
The teachers, I don't know, they came and gone and stuff. I was more interested in socializing, I guess. I'm grateful that Dick is home and doing better.
Yep.
He starts therapy tomorrow.
Good.
And what I want to share most today is for all of the support everybody's given me through all of this. It was pretty traumatic. Wow. But I'm doing really good. I told Connie a couple times I was ready to lose it. Like I didn't think I was going to get there in time to see the doctors I wanted to see, and I just said, Lord, the doctors I need to see, let me be there in time for them. And it was so. But I'm glad he's home. I'm glad he's home.
Yeah. You look a lot better than you did the last time I saw you.
I was pretty pretty well. I'm tired tonight, but I'm super tired.
Yeah. So, Bird Mom, you want to go?
Yeah. Favorite memory I have of the home I grew up in. We always lived in apartments, and one of my bedroom windows had a fire escape. And in the warm weather, I always used to like to sit out there and just watch the world and watch the traffic. And when they were starting to build the Cross Bronx Expressway in the 60s, I was able to watch like the whole thing from there. It was like a bird's eye view of what they were doing.
Wow.
So I kind of like that. We didn't have fancy terraces, but the fire escape was like the window to the world to me. So I like that.
Wow. How high up were you? What floor?
Only third floor.
Okay.
Yeah. And one of the favorite games to play as a child was hide and go seek. Because again, we were in an apartment building, so there was so many places to hide, you know, either on the stairwell or under the stairs. That was really scary because it was dark, or in the alleyways or in the basement. So it was interesting.
Cool.
The teacher I remember most is in high school, Mr. Serber, only because I had a crush on him. I had a massive crush on him. He was my history teacher. He was my history teacher, and I became so good in history, you know. It was so good. I mean, I always hated it. It was boring, but I just wanted to be good so I'd get the attention from him.
That's cool.
And that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Dorothy. Thank you, Marsh.
You're welcome.
There is not enough time to say all of the memories that have stirred up in my mind just listening and thinking. I mean, I played jacks also, and I had a teacher in high school that I bribed her, my home ec teacher, I bribed her to let me serve at the football banquet to be able to serve Joe's table because I liked And so my home ec teacher, Mrs. House, my favorite memories about growing up is I lived with my grandmother when I was very young, but I'm getting all of these memories back. I mean, we used to be able to collect money. There was a church across the street where there was lots of weddings. They would throw money. So we would go collect the money, and then we could walk down the street to this store and buy penny candy. And there was a big old rock that we could play by, and we did play hide and go seek, but there was also a potato chip factory that we could walk to. And we could get potato chips. And I mean, I'm talking about, I wasn't even in the first grade, and I was walking all over the city of Detroit.
Wow.
It's like, there's so many memories. And when we moved into our house in Dearborn Heights, there was an old man that owned a house behind us, and he was real scary. But our house, so in the back, it had been dug out. So we had all this sand that we could climb along, and we could sneak up into his yard. And he had these railroad ties. We could hide behind the railroad ties and sneak up on him. And it was so much fun. It was a brand new neighborhood. It was just so much fun. And as I'm sitting, I mean, I'm thinking of everything you guys are saying, and it's like, yes, I played jacks, and yes, I played hide and go seek, and when my mother and father were renting homes, we actually moved into rental homes that were on the expressway. So I actually watched my homes be destroyed to build the expressways in the city. So I mean, I was identifying with everybody. I just didn't have John to share a movie with.
Well, that was great, Dorothy. Hey, Rhonda.
Hey there.
There she is.
You wanna share your memories?
I think I was gonna head for the most grateful for today.
Okay.
Would that be all right?
That's fine.
And that would be my mother. Today is the 11th anniversary of her death.
Wow.
So I'm really thinking about her today.
Absolutely. What was she like? I know she did all the neat little things for you.
Yes, she did. She was a huge decorator. And she She put that disease on all of us.
So
We're
you're
all big decorators.
all of you do it?
All of us, all 5 of us. Yeah.
What's your favorite memory in the home you grew up in?
Oh, boy, I think playing outside. We loved to be outside. We
Yeah.
didn't want to be indoors.
Anything
So we
particular?
played outside all the time.
Hide and seek?
Yeah, everything. Tetherball, catch, frisbee, bicycles, roller
Did you
skates.
ever play jacks?
No. No, didn't play jacks.
But you know what they are, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I didn't play them.
Well, thank you, dear. And I'm so happy that you made it tonight, and I'm sure everybody else is too. Yeah. So we've been covering.
We got a lot of people here, Connie. Maybe you don't see them.
I don't. Jan. I see Jan now.
Bev is here.
Jan.
John is here. Jan is here.
Okay.
You probably can't see them.
I can't. So Jan, go ahead. Thank you, Dorothy.
Thank you, Dorothy. The memories I have of the home I grew up in are holidays. Our house was always filled on holidays, and that was passed down to me from my parents because I love it when my house is full of people and friends, and I like that a lot. So I love having people over. I like cooking for people. I like that. Favorite game to play, what I remember is they were building the expressway about 2 blocks from my grandmother's house. And we would go sledding down the embankment of the expressway when they were building it because there were no cars down there, and that was the most fun. The teacher I remember the most is Mr. Comstock. I went to an advanced school, and I was supposedly gifted in math, but I hated it. I did. I hated math, and I had geometry was okay, but then when I took trig, I just felt like I had enough math. And he was also the teacher that overlooked the newspaper. I was editor of the newspaper in high school. So I have good memories of him and bad memories of him. But he was my favorite.
Wow.
Teacher. That's about it.
Well, thank you, Jan. I appreciate it. Bev, is that you?
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm so glad you could make it. I told everybody you were here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The head is not so stable, so I may come in and out. I'm not sure.
Yeah, a little bit. You want to go ahead and do this?
Sure. My favorite from home was the gardens. We always had a garden. We grew raspberries. We grew flowers. Sweet peas, actually, were our favorites. And I guess my girls still do it today, too. So
I was going to say, peace always.
And the favorite game that I used to play, was with marbles, but we called them alleys.
Oh, okay.
And we even played them in the wintertime. You'd make little... the teacher I remember most is Mr. Sutton, which was a high school music teacher.
Yeah.
The thing I'm most grateful today is special. I enjoyed it very much. And looking forward to seeing any others that are around. Today it's Peace's birthday, and I'm very grateful for her.
And she's doing better. She's getting well.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Peace.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Birthday.
So, John, thank you, Bev. I appreciate it, and I'm glad you're here.
John.
John,
Yes, so am I.
Hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Favorite memory of home was when I moved out at 17. Favorite game I played when I was a kid has been baseball and football. And I guess when I was littler, war.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Teacher I remember, probably math teacher, Mr. Burke, because he knew Sue's mom.
Right.
Every time we would be hanging out in the hallway, he would say, "I'm going to tell Wheezy."
Uh-huh.
But he was a good teacher too. The thing I'm most grateful for today is my wife, who puts up with me every day. And she said all we did was sit around and watch movies today. We also changed the bed, did laundry. Where we had great discussions on how to fold things.
Did you learn well?
And
No.
What does it matter? Nobody's going to go into our drawers and see how we folded our clothes anyhow. But I lost on that one.
He wanted to put the sheets that I just washed back onto the bed, and I told him no.
It saves a step. You don't have to fold them.
See what I deal with.
His thing's very logical.
It made sense to me, Sue. We're on your side, John.
And I didn't know that when you folded wash rags and put them back in the drawer,
yeah,
the one you just folded on the bottom, so it doesn't get used again until the other ones have been used.
Oh, more rolls.
I do that.
Did we get everybody now? Thank you, John.
I grew up in a house. My mother used to be a drill sergeant.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay. That explains it.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention one game that I enjoyed was Spin the Bottle.
Oh, that's right.
There's what?
Spin the bottle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The kids could learn from us, couldn't they?
They know too much now.
Ah, that's true.
But they'd have to have knee pads and helmets and everything else on to play.
Yeah, we were way too active for them. So for the couple of you that haven't been here with us, we've been covering the metabolism, and what we learned a few sessions back is that most of everything we suffer from is a direct result of an altered metabolism. And the metabolism is altered only 3 ways, and it's from too little food, too much food, and poor quality of food. And so we have brought that forward. Last week we actually covered about stress, because stress is the big killer for the metabolism. And there's many forms of stress. It's that fight or flight that we all live in. So we're going to go over a few things. Dorothy, do you mind reading this? Because I got it covered with the pictures. Are you talking?
She's muted.
Oh. Dorothy, we can't hear you.
Okay.
There we go.
I got a message and I muted it. The truth about metabolism. In general, the more muscle and less fat you have, the higher your metabolic rate. The metabolic rate is strongly influenced by your body composition. People with more muscle and less fat generally have a faster metabolic rate, while the people with more muscle and less fat generally have a faster metabolic rate, while people with more fat and less muscle generally have that's the same thing, isn't it?
No.
The people with more fat and less muscle generally, boy, I can't even read.
I think it was comprehension that was falling down.
Reading it wrong.
Yeah. So we talk about that when you reach a certain age, that you automatically start losing muscle. And when you start losing muscle, you don't burn calories as fast. And because of that, it's going to be a natural weight gain unless you make up for that loss of muscle with cutting back on calories. So when you get older, you're already designed or wired to gain weight, and it's because of that muscle. Lisa, you want to go?
Your metabolism is controlled mainly by Your thyroid regulates your metabolism. It does that by making hormones that affect almost every aspect of how your body performs. How fast or slow you burn calories, when or whether you build proteins or store energy as fat, and how your body responds to other hormones. Not surprisingly, disorders of the thyroid can cause problems for your metabolism. An underactive thyroid, hypothyroidism, produces fewer than normal thyroid hormones, causing a slower metabolism and consequently often causes weight gain. I have experienced that personally. An overactive thyroid or hyperthyroidism, on the other hand, can cause the metabolism to speed up, often resulting in weight loss.
And that when you hear Tony talking about how he has a hard time keeping weight on, he has the hyperthyroidism, and yeah, and that's why we say we don't want to hear it, you know. None of them.
Tony, I'll take it anytime you want to give it away.
Yeah, that's only if you want to give it away. So we study the catabolism and anabolism in one of the lessons, and what that is, and that's actually is your metabolism. But the anabolism is where your body breaks down all of the larger molecules, and then the catabolism is how your body is using the smaller molecules now to make energy. So without metabolism, pretty much life has lost its luster. So our thought is, as we're learning about the metabolism, is by improving our metabolism, then we're improving everything else in the process. Who wants to read?
I will.
Go ahead, Sue.
What is your metabolic rate?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Your metabolic rate is the rate at which you burn calories. It's not the same as your metabolism. Strictly speaking, metabolic rate is the rate at which you burn calories while your body is at rest. Something that is more properly referred to as your resting metabolic rate, or measured a slightly different way, your basal metabolic rate. As you age, your metabolic rate. As you age, you tend to lose muscle. This makes your metabolic rate start slowing as early as your 20s by about 2% per decade.
So if you're not intentional on that, and we covered the BMR, the basal metabolic rate, in one of these sessions, and that is what you actually need just to live. Your metabolic rate is the bare minimum of calories you need to breathe, to digest, any of the ordinary things that you do on a daily basis. That's usually done without even thinking about it. That is your basal metabolic rate. So anytime you go below your basal metabolic rate, then you're going to slow down the metabolism, and that's the too little food aspect. Go ahead. Who's next? Bev, you want to read? You haven't been in here before.
Sure.
You don't mind? Okay.
No. Strength training can help you lose weight by changing your metabolic rate. Strength training can help you lose weight by changing your metabolic rate. Exactly how that happens isn't fully understood. Some claim that by building muscle and trimming fat, strength training boosts your resting metabolic rate, helping you to burn more calories just sitting still. But according to the American College of Sports Medicine, for most people, this won't result in much weight loss. Instead, they say the main weight loss benefit is due to its effect on calories burned while doing strength training, or as a direct result as your body burns calories building muscle.
So when you strength train, and the older that you get, the more important that is. And this is something we covered in another session as well. And it is that when you are older, it's more important to exercise than when you were younger. When you're younger, you can get away without exercising. But if you look at the difference between the people who continue exercise into their older life, it usually is in the differences in mobility and still being able to get around. So where you could get away without exercising as a young person, as an older person, it really is required to just to be able to sustain your mobility. The other thing is when you're exercising, people would like to think it helps you lose weight. It actually just helps you get into shape. Me walking 30 minutes at a high pace, I burn 270 calories. That's not going to help me lose weight. They always say you can out-eat your exercise. Who wants to read next? Rhonda, you want to?
All righty. Eating fewer than 1,200 calories per day makes your metabolic rate. Diets backfire if you cut calories too much. Studies show that people who eat less than 1,200 calories per day tend to have a slower metabolic rate, which can make it more difficult to burn calories and lose weight. Even going too long between meals can slow metabolic rate. That's why experts recommend eating a small healthy meal or snack every 2 to 3 hours. Altered metabolism, eat too little, eat too much, eat poor quality food.
Right. And so we've all learned in our healthy habits that eating every 2 to 3 hours, that's something we can sustain. Now you know why, because it slows down your metabolic rate when it doesn't get that food in a timely manner. And the fat burn part of the program that we have with Take Shape for Life, Lisa was learning about, what was it, kinegetics, I think you were talking about. And they thrive on the what's that called, Dorothy, when we're in fat burn? I'm drawing a blank on it. But when they designed the 5-in-1 program, they properly proportioned the carbs, the fats, and the protein, so that your body gets everything that it needs. It's low glycemic, portion controlled, anti-inflammatory. So you can get away with it. That 5-in-1 puts you into, come on, Dorothy, somebody knows it.
Is it ketosis?
Ketosis, thank you. Mild ketosis. So when you go below, mild ketosis puts you into fat burn and you have rapid weight loss. But if you step outside of that program that's been properly designed for you, then that 1,200 calorie rule kicks in, and now you're doing yourself no good because you've slowed down your metabolism. But yeah, thank you, Dorothy, for that. Go ahead. Who's next?
I'll go.
Okay.
Which of the following is considered to be a safe and effective metabolism booster? Many dietary supplements claim they can help you lose weight by boosting your metabolism. Buyer beware. I can't pronounce this.
Ephedra.
Ephedra.
Okay. A stimulant is banned by the FDA due to serious health risks. Also, there's little evidence that other metabolism boosters, supplements such as, help me with pronunciation.
Carnitine, I guess.
Carnitine or bitter orange can help you lose weight. Most doctors, nutritionists, and fitness trainers recommend that you boost your metabolism the old-fashioned way through diet and exercise.
Healthy eating. A healthy, balanced diet is the foundation of metabolic health. Skipping meals, dieting, or cutting out food groups can all be significant stressors. Unfortunately, these, what's the word after these?
Habits.
Okay, good. Are all too common in our culture. Oftentimes, they are encouraged.
I'm in trouble there.
That's right. I know you're in trouble. I thought about you all the way through here. Go ahead and read, Lisa, since you spoke up.
Excessive exercise. Staying active is an important part of a healthy lifestyle. Exercise more is repeated so often that people often think more is better. That is not necessarily true. Over-exercising is just as bad as not exercising at all, if not worse, especially if you already have a stressed metabolism. I learned this firsthand in Alabama when I got on the riding the bicycle binge. I didn't lose any weight because I was exercising too much.
Wow.
And I have experienced that too. Who wants to do next?
Wow.
Marcia, you want to do it?
Sure.
Don't worry about it.
Go ahead, Bert Mom.
Okay. Fitness is 20% exercise and 80% nutrition. You can't outrun your fork.
Ain't that the truth?
That is. Exercise should be incorporated into a healthy lifestyle. Exercise in no way makes up for unhealthy living.
And that's what we're all doing, and that's what we're all trying to get better at, where food doesn't have control of us. Signs of a stressed metabolism: common cold, sports injury, illness, physical trauma, recurring infections, chronic pain, repeat injury. Surgery is considered a physical injury. It's extra important to take care of yourself during an illness, and toxins and refined food. So pretty much everything that's around us is always attacking us because our metabolism is having to deal with all these things on a daily basis. So being more proactive and thinking about what you're doing will give you the ability to get, they say you can alter your metabolism back to the good, just as you have altered it to the bad. Your body is a finely tuned vehicle. Give it good fuel, and it will take you places. I was over at my daughter's house, who eats horribly, and she was really sick, and she gets sick a lot. And she was talking about why she was sick. And I said, until you eat, sleep, drink water, and get up and move properly, you don't know what's wrong with you. And it is true. Anybody got anything they want to contribute? That's it about our metabolism, and now we know what to do. The next part is just, applying it. That's it. Okay, so you become like the 5 people you spend the most time with. Everybody agree with that? Do you think other people influence you without you even paying attention to that? You think you know other people's habits?
Probably.
Everybody does? All right. No, you don't think so?
No.
It's a good thing that that 3 of the 5 people I hang out with the most are good to go with that. Right?
I know, all of us. Yep. So here you go. Let me know if y'all can hear it.
The gentleman in the elevator now.
Yes.
Okay.
Is the candidate star. These folks who are entering, the man with the white shirt, the lady with the trench coat, and subsequently one other member of our staff, will face the rear. And you'll see how this man in the trench coat tries to maintain his individuality. But little by little, he looks at his watch, but he's really making an excuse for turning just a little bit more to the wall. Now we'll try it once again. Here's the candid subject. Here comes the candid camera staff, 3 of them at least. And this man has apparently been in groups. Here's a fella with his hat on in the elevator. First he makes a full turn to the rear, and Charlie closes the door. A moment later, we'll open the door. Everybody's changed positions. Now we'll see if we can use group pressure for some good. Now, in a moment, on Charlie's signal, everybody turns forward. Notice they take off their hats. Now, you think we could reverse the procedure? Watch.
My goodness.
We are influenced by those we are around, even if we don't realize it. So, decide what you want your life to be like and surround yourself with people who will support you in those dreams. Have a great week.
Wasn't that good?
Yeah.
Cute. That was unbelievable.
Well, I remember those old Candid Camera shows. Do you guys?
Yeah.
If you write, you need to get Grammarly.
I write pretty much
Okay,
all
let me
day,
get rid of that.
and Grammarly makes my writing better.
That's funny. When I was in psychology class in college, they actually made us do that on several different occasions just to come back and say the reactions.
Yeah, that was a good show. I'm sorry it went away.
Yeah.
That was fun. Well, I thank everybody for coming tonight.
I would like
You're
to
welcome.
Go ahead, Dorothy.
I would like to say one thing. Is it's really true. If you go to a restaurant with a group of people, be sure to order first, because people will follow your lead, or you will follow their lead if you don't.
That's a really good point, Dorothy. Yeah. All right, everybody. I really appreciate you coming, and I'll be